course. Jimmy Kimmel to return to ABC on Tuesday after show's controversial suspension. Yeah, no shit. We just did a video yesterday, and I'm so glad I did. We just put up a video saying that these corporations, they're bitches. They're weak ass bitches when it comes to their money. They don't stand on they don't stand on any solid opinion unless it affects their profits. They were the moment that this whole backlash came in and it felt like it was going to be bad for business. Of course, we did the whole thing, the video yesterday about how they did that with James Gunn. Disney did that with James Gunn. Budweiser went back to the old homophobic ass ways when everybody started jumping on them. Target tried to come back and say, hey, black people, no, we really like you. And black people are like, no, fuck you. You know, when their money got affected, when they start dropping DEI standards, you know, it's these companies don't give a shit about any kind of stand. Fox News for years has stood on the platform of criticizing and straight out lying about people they don't like. That goes against their, you know, their viewers' beliefs. And even though they're lying, you know, they're allowed to do that all day under the name of free speech. And all of a sudden, Jimmy Kimmel, who's been talking about the president, says what he said was not even saying anything that bad. They decide to make him an example and fire him. And I knew that wasn't gonna last because it was an attack on free speech. I might not like what people are saying. They might not agree with my beliefs, but hey, look, you know, you have the right to say it. Say it. To give you an example, I don't think this dude, Greg Gutfeld, is all that funny. Mainly because he makes jokes about things that I disagree with. But he has the right to say it if he wants to. He has the right to come out there and make the jokes he makes. He has the right to criticize within, you know, all of this within reason. He has the right to criticize who he wants to. I don't have to agree with it. I might even think it's vile. But he has the right to say it. I don't think he's that funny, but that's my opinion. Who cares? He has the right to say it. You know, so if people like him can say what he wants to say, if Fox News can sit out there and even just fucking lie about things that they're saying, you cannot go in and censor somebody who has the protection of free speech. Again, within reason. That's the protection of free speech. You cannot, unless we are a dictatorship and unless we are living in an authoritarian country now, which I don't, as much as people really love the administration we have right now, y'all really don't want that. You really don't want that, because if it's going to affect one group, it's going to only be a matter of time before it affects everybody. And again, some people are not going to like what I'm about to say, but is it true or not? Are your grocery prices lower? Eggs still high as hell? Have we made any progress with inflation in this country? Is employment, or is it unemployment? Has that gotten any better? Or has that gotten worse? Are certain things affecting people harder now? You tell me. I think they are. That's what happens when you get a punk-ass, petty-ass president like we got right now. And I know I come in here and I try to be fair, and I was being on both sides. But man, that's frightening that you have a president that decides to make his priority going in and censoring something that should be considered very anti-American, going in and censoring a talk show host just because he didn't like what he said. Not because he said something that was truly reprehensible or irresponsible. No, he said something that he does not like. Like, you talking about me. That's childish. That's beyond petty. That's just fucking childish, man. And you got a president. That's your president doing that. I don't give a shit who it is. It could be Democrat, Republican. You could be libertarian, you could be middle of the road. I don't care. I, I don't, you know, I don't care what party you're part of. It's irresponsible to come in and do that. It's dangerous to do that. I'm talking about irresponsible. It's downright dangerous. You know, we make jokes about, oh, he can come after us, and a lot of people thinking like, well, come on, man, be serious. He's not gonna come after you. You guys, come on. No, he might not come after us as individuals. He might not come after us directly, but what he could do is, well, I don't like what's happening on the platform of Twitch. And Jeff Bezos, since you and I, you're my boy, and you want certain favors from me, I want you to put certain guidelines up on Twitch saying what they can say and what they can't say. You know, they can go and start censoring things on the internet. I mean, they already kind of do. They started to do that with pornography here in Texas. There's a whole lot of business people who are meeting undercover. I don't know how true this is because I'm making it sound like it's the damn Illuminati or something, but there's these people who are meeting silently, not saying too much, and they are talking about how this president is bad for the country because, not because of everything I just told you, not because of the income gap between people, not because of the wealth gap between people, not because the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, not because freedoms are being attacked, not because groceries are high, not because inflation is high, not because unemployment is high. They didn't care about any of that before, especially about the Constitution. They didn't care anything about, all these people talking about America, America. Man, they didn't give a fuck about America. They didn't give a fuck about what was happening with democracy until they said Trump is bad for business. That's if you could probably find the article out there. They all got together, and it seems a little cowardly to me because they're not coming out and confronting it in the open, but they're all meeting, in the back rooms, and they're saying we got to do something about the country because Trump is bad for business. Yeah, man. These people don't care about you, don't care about me, they don't care about this country. They care about this country as long as this country is making them rich, as long as this company is making them a profit. They don't care about free speech. They don't care about DEI. They don't care about conservatism. They don't care about wokeness. They don't care about any of that bullshit. As long as it's something that is not messing with their income and their profits. And if it does make them money, then they're all on board. Really what we need to do next is, and they did it already with Target. Target started, hey, we love the black people. We love you. Oh, boy, we love you Negroes. Boy, we stand with you. You're an ally. You gays are all right, boy. Rainbow colors everywhere. And the moment somebody did a small complaint, well, maybe y'all not as good as we thought. And then now they want to apologize when their profits go down. We should start thinking about using our power more. Instead of fighting each other all the time and turning against each other over bullshit, all right? Who cares if this person's gay over here and they want to marry somebody else? Why is it your goddamn business? Why do black and white people got to fight with each other all the time? I understand that there are legit reasons that we have to come in and say certain things and do certain things, but for the most part, there's a lot of bullshit that we're fighting about. Why are we worried about certain people here? Yeah, immigration might be a problem, but why are we going after people here who are actually hardworking people just because somebody told us that we should hate them and fear them? We're fighting over a lot of stupid things, man. We're turning each other apart. Meanwhile, these corporations, that's why the income gap is so wide, because while we're out here dealing with bullshit, they're making all their money, man. And as I said, they give a fuck less about you, your race, your gender, your sexuality, your kids. They don't fuck about any of that. We need to start using our voices, and like I said, our voices is our money, our spending power. We need to start using that a little bit more.